Hi, welcome back, my White Astrology tribe, Cosmic Inside Astrology. I am your co-pilot, Christina. Today, I'm here actually to talk about Venus in Cancer, and I'm going to talk about a little bit, I'm going to mention all the signs. But before I start, please check me out my website, which is www.urbanwitch.org. And also, I would like to ask you to contribute and please like my videos and comment below so the algorithm can find me and I can keep produce some knowledgeable videos for you in the future. Thank you again. Okay, let's start with Venus in Cancer. So Venus in Cancer is gonna happen, it's gonna ingress on May 7th, actually. What you have to know about Venus, and I'm going to talk about Cancer, the archetype of Cancer and the archetype of Venus over here. So what you have to know about Venus, Venus comes from the East in astrology. And also Venus takes 224 days to go around the zodiacal signs. It also goes to retrograde every 2.5 years. And this year, it's gonna go retrograde in Leo. I'm going to make another video about that. So what we have to also know about Venus, Venus is the goddess of fertility, beauty, but Venus also the goddess of warrior. If you want to look for symbols for Venus, Venus symbol by pomegranate, dove, and swans, and it rules Friday. So we're also going to talk about that. It's exalted in 27 degrees in Pisces. It loves to be in Pisces. She feels like a VIP. She feels like she's in a luxurious vacation in Pisces. And it rules Taurus in daytime and Libra at nighttime. Venus is true duality, just like the yin and the yang, the dark and the night, and the dark and the bright. So what you have to know about Venus, it's double side, because of it could be really, really destructive and mean time to time. So daytime, it rules Taurus. Taurus rules the second house. So it rules our finances or self-worth and, like our talents and skills. Also rules or, like our possession, and it rules luxury and, the money what we earn with our work. But it also rules wealth and security. In Libra, however, Libra rules the 7th house, and at nighttime it rules relationship, friendship, marriage, peace, legal matters, and partnership in general, rules love. So Venus in Scorpio, it's in detriment, and in Virgo, it's in fall. So the bad side of Venus could be in Scorpio, like prostitution, lust. And in Virgo, it could be really like needy and nitpicking and critical, or, the sense of taste, lack of sense of taste, for example. But definitely, if we are talking about Venus or thinking of Venus, Venus usually is luxury, currency, your material needs, love, harmony, peace, and pleasure, and definitely beauty as well. So what else we have to talk about here? We have to talk about, for example, let's see what kind of stones Venus rules. So the color of Venus is usually all haze of green, and a little bit also bluish, going to turquoise a little bit as well. But usually it's greenish and the haze of green and pink as well. So it rules the heart chakra in general, and also it rules the sex chakra as well. And what else? Okay, tarot card. So tarot card, for example, the Empress and also the Lovers. And numerologically, it rules the number 6 and rules, for example, the David stars as well. But number 6, so rules Friday. So if you have a Venus in your natal chart in false, like in Virgo, or a detriment in Scorpio, or it's aspected badly with malefic planets, with Pluto, squares or opposing Pluto, or with Saturn, then you might want to actually make it stronger, Venus, for yourself. So what do you need to do? So you might want to buy every Friday a bouquet of rose for yourself if you don't have anyone to give it to you. Or you might want to wear underwear like greenish, pinkish underwear. Or you might want to actually use like fragrances like vanilla or rose kind of fragrances, rose soap for yourself, especially on Fridays. And actually that's the way you are going to be able to strengthen your Venus. And for example, if you have any kind of issues with love, you don't find love, that's what you're supposed to do. Or if you would like to, you can also use stones like, or gems like emerald, or you can use also something pink rose, or pink stones, any kind of pink tourmaline, for example. And you can also use opal if you want to, because that's all Venetian stones. Herbs, if you would like to drink some kind of tea, it could be rose petal tea, something with aphrodisiacs, kind of, like seduction, and I cannot actually pronounce this word, and something with reproductive herbs. So it could be anything with vitex, it could be anything fennel, saffron, vanilla, rose petal. So you can drink that kind of teas to actually strengthen your Venus. So let's see what kind of situation going to rise with Venus in Cancer. Cancer rules the 4th house, and it's ruled by Moon. Moon is our subconscious. It is our fears. It rules, or fears, or emotions, and usually it rules femininity itself as well, and it rules families, it rules motherhood, it rules the way we are nurturing ourselves and mothering others. It rules general families, your homes, your feelings, and the 4th house also rules your ancestors, your real estate, and your roots, the family that you are coming from, your foundation, your parents as well. So when Venus moves in Cancer, we do have to understand there is some kind of loving energies coming up for us, for all of us, because of, in general, Venus in Cancer, very nurturing. It's really comforting. And, usually it is something with patience, and something with sentimental feelings as well. Definitely very, very nurturing, and definitely very patient. But definitely it will comfort us somehow. It will comfort our soul. It will comfort our feelings. We will feel somehow loved and belong from somewhere, and safe, because family usually for most of us is safety, and most of us try to create a home where we feel actually comfortable and safe. So definitely it is coming up this time, like we might going to renovate our kitchen, 4th house, or or house, a lot of renovation could go on. You can actually bring in loved ones, some people going to adopt maybe children, maybe animals, maybe old people coming to live with us, because, you know, that's what parents as well. So you will feel the love, we will feel the love in general, and definitely we need that right now. Your emotions going to be different. You will feel loved and you will express love easier, actually, Venus in Cancer. And then I'm going to start to talk about all individual signs over here. And I'm going to start, of course, with Aries. And Aries for you, Venus in Cancer going to be in your 4th house. So Cancer rules the 4th house. It loves to be here. So some of you Aries, it definitely going to happen like you're going to renovate your home, or you might going to get the foundation money either from family members, or maybe your parents are going to give you a down payment to purchase a home or to renovate your house. It could be some of you going to adopt a new family member, and it could be anything because the moon represents small animals and dogs. So it could be either a small pet, but of course it could be a human being. It could be a child to get, you know, to be adopted. Your family definitely going to be really, really loving, nurturing. You will have an amazing time. It could be like a family reunion for you coming up during the summertime, and you will really enjoy that. Family will be supporting and loving for you. You might going to, as I said, purchase a real estate. Or some of you who didn't know, for example, where are you coming from, what's your root, because you might have been adopted, you can reconnect with your biological family and you will feel the love and forgiveness over there. Or some of you actually could do some kind of digging and you know, to find out about your past, and it's going to be truly loving. Maybe you're going to sell a home, and your home, actually, you're going to profit tremendously to selling your house. All right, let's see Taurus. Taurus, it's gonna happen in your 3rd house. 3rd house has to do everything with your mind, with your ability, the way you are processing information, writing. 3rd house also actually linked to your siblings, usually younger siblings, and short trips, and you know, transportation. Like maybe you're going to get a luxurious but family vehicle. So it could be an SUV, but maybe a Maserati SUV, so something luxurious over there. It could be reconnection with your neighbors, or you're going to move into a very fancy neighborhood. But it also could bring in some kind of situation like you're going to start to work from home and you're going to do a home office at home, and it's going to be really loving and luxurious. You might going to update your website, and it's going to bring in a really good and clients, which is going to rise your salary. If you would like to do some kind of education, anything with beauty could be actually supported, or with motherhood as well. All right, let me see Gemini. So Gemini is gonna happen in your 2nd house. And 2nd house is linked to your finances, your self-worth. Anything to do with your skills and talent, with your income, with your personal security, the money that you earn, something with your possession, material possession, with your movable possession. So Venus over here could indicate currency. So it could be like, all right, I'm going to preserve my money in real estate, or I'm going to preserve my money to buying expensive art in my home. Or it could be like I'm going to get some kind of inheritance from a mother figure, substitute mother figure, and it could be some very expensive artwork or jewelry, all right? So it could be that as well. Definitely really good for finances for you, Geminis. All right, let's see what's gonna happen for Cancers. Cancers is going to happen in your first house. And first house is linked to your appearance, your body. That is your mask, what you are wearing, and the way you are pretend to society. That's your self-image, your self-awareness, your personality, vitality, the way, like the way you represent yourself. So that is your identity. Venus over here could give you a really, really smooth, beautiful, nurturing, pleasurable, like outlook. Like you're going to change and you're going to feel beautiful, and you're going to make sure you are actually treating yourself well and nurturing your inner child. It could be like you're going to have massages and maybe buy luxurious clothes, or making a new kind of makeup, or just go and study something about the makeup, how you have to represent yourself, or buy luxurious clothes or new makeups or new hairstyle, anything with that. But Venus is definitely here. It's you going to be feel beautiful and seductive, and your vitality going to be also changing, and it's gonna be a lot better. You might going to crave actually for sweets, and you might want to. I might made the decision to become a mother, for example. All right, what about Leos? Leos, it's going to happen in your 12th house. 12th house is linked to your afterlife, your retirement. It's linked to witchcraft. It's linked to the unprivileged. It's linked to your mental health, your dreams, your conspiracies, your secret enemies, hidden matters, your obsession. It's karmic. It's something to do with secrets and sacrifice. Venus over here, it's representing like you might want to join a retreat, and it could be a spiritual retreat where you are capable to get rid of obsession or get rid of addiction, perhaps, and you nurture yourself. But on the other hand, Venus could be very glutton. That's the bad side. And Venus also represents prostitution. So in the 12th house, in Cancer, it could be like, like some kind of dream around sexuality and pleasure and sexual dreams, or it could be like some kind of thoughts around how should I get money? Maybe I should get money, through not prostitution, but it could be like selling, I don't know, for feet fetish groups, pictures of because 12 was also representing photography, pictures of my feet or something like that, or maybe, do something very sensual or sexual, do boudoir photographies. And actually it's good time right now if you want to have some boudoir photography to be done. It could be really, really nice and coming out nicely. Yeah, but it could be like some kind of hidden obsession with sweets. So maybe you are eating in a closet a lot of chocolates or sweets, and you are saying you are on diet, but you are not really. So yeah, in 12th house, it could be a little bit difficult though for you, Leos. All right, Virgos. Virgos, it's going to happen in your 11th house. It's going to go to your 11th house. And 11th house is linked to your friends and your aspiration. It's also linked to the money from your career. Or for example, I'm sorry, it is also promotion or bonus from your career. But the 11th house, it's ruled by Aquarius, right? So it rules humanitarian project, collaboration, organization, fellowship, anything with social group and your society. So here, Venus could be like, you are going to get invited for a lot of social events, or you're going to have, for example, reconnect with friends who feels like family, or you're going to actually meet new people and invite new people into your life, but they're going to become quickly like family. It could also mean like you're going to create a non-profit around motherhood, or yes, something about nurturing, something about traditions, for example, the non-profit, and it's going to be really auspicious financially, um, or very, very loving, really, really loving. For example, you can create some kind of group, social group for mothers, so on social media, but everybody will be supportive and nice on this social media group, or you enter a social media group. So that definitely could be reunion with friends as well. And you can get a bonus, you can get money, because Venus rules currency as well from your career. All right, Libras, let's see. It's going to happen in your 10th house, Libras, and ingress your 10th house. And 10th house is, and your achievement. It's linked to actually your ambition, your fame, your success. It's linked to political power, your public image, your reputation. 10th house representing our life purpose and or goals, actually. So here Venus, it's representing I'm going to do, and my career is actually will be loved by me. So I feel nurtured, I feel loved, I feel like at home, I feel peaceful at my work, in my career. So I chose the right career. And you will have an opportunity to actually increase your financial stability. You're going to have an opportunity to bring in something with your career, which is like, for example, you can get some kind of fame, success overnight, or some kind of advancement here. You can go to become some kind of political figure, but it has to support women. So maybe it's something about feminism. Definitely major achievement and big honors for you Libras in the 10th house. So Scorpios, it's going to happen in your 9th house, and 9th house, it's linked to foreign travel and older siblings. It's linked to teaching and study abroad, your religion, your morals. It's also linked to publishing, podcasting, broadcasting, your beliefs as well. So Venus here could represent like you going to actually go back to your root belief system. So you might have changed during the years. And for example, from Christianity, you went to Judaism or Buddhism, and you're going to turn back wherever you came from. And it could also indicate some kind of beautiful trip for you, Scorpios, and until Venus is over here. Loving with family members, you might going to see your mother again, or substitute mother, and it's going to be the trip that you're going to take. It's going to be comforting, and it's going to be luxurious, and it's going to be beautiful. You're really going to love it. If you wrote a book that could be published, if you are willing to take on podcasting and broadcasting, that would be really, really beneficial. If you have investment in foreign countries, the money is flowing in right now. So if you have any foreign currency, or if you invested in export, import, or anything with aviation stock, it could be beneficial right now. But definitely really loving energy around you in your 9th house of traveling. And you might going to get your visa, because of that is also indicating getting a passport or visa, or citizenship. All right, Sagittarius, let's see what's going to happen for you. It's going to happen for you in your 8th house. And 8th house has to do everything with taboos, your joint finances, loans, taxes, prenup, insurance, inheritance, anything to do also with hidden animals, just like the 12th house. It has to do something with death, sex, passion, everything with surgeries also, actually. So, over here, if you want to have some kind of plastic surgery, go ahead. It would be a great time for you. If you are waiting for some kind of inheritance, prenup, tax refund, it could be really auspicious for you. If you want to get a loan, a mortgage, something like that, it is also beneficial this time. So these 4 or 5 weeks, it's going to be great to actually apply for those. If you want to learn something about occult, this is the time. This is very, very loving energy here. Or, it was also pregnancy. Venus is love, Cancer is motherhood. So some of you might going to get pregnant during this time. All right, guys. So let's see Capricorns. Capricorns is going to happen in your 7th house. 7th house is linked to friendship and relationship in general. So it's linked to your significant other, your marriage partner. It's linked to actually any kind of relationship, but one-on-one relationship, and open enemies as well. But it's also linked to legal matters and commitments. And also Libra, because rules the 7th house, it's associated with peace as well. So, Venus likes to be in the 7th house because she's home here. But in Cancer, it's you might going to get a beautiful piece of art or jewelry from your significant other. You might going to get a proposal. So you might going to get engaged or married this time. And actually, it's really loving energy. Or, you're just going to meet someone who later on going to become your significant other, and it's going to become permanent, but very, very loving energy. So some of you who are married, you might going to renew actually the marriage here. Beautiful energy. If you want to actually invest in something, you might going to find the right business partner, the right shareholder who can collaborate with you, who can do a corporation with you, and actually it would be really paying off the business with someone else. All right, Aquarius, let's see. Venus is going to your 6th house. 6th house is linked to your daily life, your daily routines, being service for others. It's the house of health and house of labor, house of healers as well, small animal, public service, small crafts as well. And, it is something to do with your uncles and aunts and your pets as well, and fitness, self-care. Venus over here representing you going to nurture yourself. Self-care going to be really, really important. You might going to experience, if you are breastfeeding, for example, enlarged breast could be possible, so careful with that. It could be also cravings for sugar or fruits or sweets, because 6th house is health, but you're definitely going to invest invest in your health. You might going to get a new fitness membership, or you're going to try a new yoga studio. Definitely some kind of, you can actually get a really good job, which is paying really well. Or you might going to hire your employees, and they are going to be nurturing and loving and kind and patient. So this is the right time actually to hire people if you have your own business. Or you might going to adopt a puppy or an animal. So it could be really good for that as well. All right. And last but not least, my Pisces, fellow Pisceans. All right, what's going to happen for us? It's going to happen in our 5th house. 5th house is linked to our romance or pleasure or inner child. 5th house really represents joy. And also, it's represent anything to do with our children, but also our sexual relationship and dating, or the way we are expressing ourselves through creativity. So it's also linked to sports, hobbies, and and entertainment. So in Cancer, it could be like very good loving energy with our children. So you might going to be proud of your children, of their accomplishment. They might going to win a prize in some kind of sports or entertainment or whatever they do, drama on stage. So they might going to get a film contract or something like that. But you're gonna be really, really proud of them. If it is coming to, because fifth house also investment, you might going to have the money to invest in properties, in real estate, or it could be anything with silver or pearl or some kind of art. You might going to invest and preserve your money over there. If it comes to romance actually, and lottery ticket, buy a lottery ticket, because it could, one is not going to hurt you, and you can win, because it's prizes here. But you might going to actually feel really, really loving, and people going to be attracted to you. So you can invite romance and pleasure into your life. But definitely it's going to be fun and joy. So you might going to be in vacation mode and you feel like, oh my God, I just want to have some fun. Or joy could give you to rearrange your home, or maybe you just want to renovate your children's room, and it gives you a lot of pleasure and joy. All right, have fun, Pisces, and have fun, everyone. I hope you loved my podcast. If you did so, please don't forget to comment below and like my videos, share it with your loved ones so they can also benefit from it. Thank you so much for listening, and I see you soon with Jupiter in Taurus. Thank you. Bye for now.